Welcome back for another most special and yummy update, friends. This is me and Kyle in the car driving into the future. What does the future hold? Hopefully, we have a bigger network on PulseChain. We have a bigger network in crypto. Hopefully, crypto is going towards 10 trillion. The manufacturing PMI data comes out on Wednesday. The higher, the better, right? So it's been a very long, brutal 31 months. And yes, it's true. That macroeconomic PMI data being bad, it's a reflection of just the business cycle being poop. So, you know, that random altcoin founder or that random crypto decision, it's not actually the reason for the poopy conditions. All of it is because lack of demand, and that's reflected in the business cycle out here. Okay, so when it goes up, it reflects the business cycle, and that means altcoin conditions. And obviously, what happens during that time period as it starts to move up, I show you this chart all the time. We're waiting for it, right? It takes a month by month as well, right? As it starts to move up, people take on more risk. Yes, they go further along the risk curve because they're more optimistic for the future. Like, friends, I reported it for you. Microsoft have revealed their medical AI. They said it's 4 times better and faster than a doctor. Just one example. There you go. Bang. Diagnosing you with everything. And AI, friends, the IQ is not stopping. Right now, AI is about 100 or 120 IQ. That's why some criticisms about AI that people say, oh, no, it just tells me what I want to hear. Bro, just sit down, okay? You know what I mean? Like, 2 years ago, you were saying, oh, it's never going to get rid of the fingers. Bro, we got, like, indistinguishable video pretty much coming around the corner that you can't even tell. Like, I mean, for example, speaking about video and AI, I mean, you remember this one, right?
pDAI to $1, bro. pDAI to $1. pDong to $1. pDAI.
That is freaking insane quality. Remember from Blade Runner, how's the world end up looking like? Well, you pretty much have like the people who are the Blade Runners, where they go to all the sex robots. Some of the sex robots are the girls, like they killed the dudes, okay? So you have to interview them for like half an hour. And the better the models get, it takes longer and longer for you to tell whether it's a human or not. Because they react too fast. It's looking too good. So it's making you optimistic for the future, right? Just showing you the Microsoft stuff. NVIDIA, friends, NVIDIA is just the hardware and everything as well, right? So Microsoft, NVIDIA, all these tech companies are coming in. Remember, we're going to have AI agents as well. Like, friends, you got to remember, right? What's an economy? It's people. Each person is a unit with a little account of currency units that they spend, okay? Well, what happens to the world economy when you have AI agents, right? Robots and internet agents, that they have their own currency units and then they make their own decisions. What happens there? Well, you can't actually control it when you have crypto because people can just make this stuff and then the AI agents just do their own thing. You know, it can go make a service and just collect money. Then what? What happens then, right? Obviously, we're deflationary on jobs part, but you understand, like, it's making you optimistic, like, oh my gosh, we're replacing humans already on the internet and then eventually be in real life later on. It's making you optimistic for the future. You're thinking, oh wow, things are getting better. And that is where you get your big pumpermentals in altcoins, okay? You know, we went from the world's going to end 4 years ago. Remember 2020, 5 years ago. And then 12 months later, you had zombie virus. So you had the JPEG buying, right? From here, friends. So just remember, man, we went from, it's literally, we're going to all die. Not even metaphorically. Like, yes, we are actually all dying. And then 18 months later, I would like to buy your JPEG for $400,000, please, sir. Friends, we still have stories of people who unfortunately did not sell their $1 million JPEG, you know, and yeah, man, there's one story really hurts, man. There's one guy, he had a monkey JPEG. He got offered $1 million and he didn't take it. Yeah, he got offered about $1 million, he didn't take it. And then I was going to make a video on it. I just didn't have time. I think he recently sold it for like, what is it, like 30 grand or something, 20 grand. He sold the lower. It hurts, man. It hurts to see. That's why I know everyone's got PTSD, but you know, when the time comes, I'll be reminding everyone of how important it is to be thinking about, not today, but think about the next 12 to 18 months. If there's a chance of a bear market, it's not going to be 0%, right? If there's a chance, it might be like 30%. So you just have to at least protect yourself in that regard. We'll speak more about that later as we move into Euphoria later. Also, shout out to my friend, Mr. Dirty Crypto. He made this hilarious video, friends. And speaking of coming, Mr. Dirty Crypto, PulseChain. Richard Hart just signaled pDAI. Sobby? Me? I was signaled? I love that dramatic effect. And I was like, me? So yeah, it's awesome. And yeah, it is moving along, friends. The story, there's more stuff to drop. Mr. Dirty Crypto is doing fantastic work out here, revealing more pDAI information out here. And yeah, man, it's a first cycle unicorn, bro. Look how cute it is. Look how cute it is. And it's on PulseChain, stablecoin super cycle. Friends, you got to remember, man, I showed you There Will Be Blood, that movie, where the guy with the mustache, he's got the little coal mine kid in the background. I showed you the clip. He goes, we'll build our own oil drill. We'll drill our own oil. We do it ourselves. That's Richard Hart ethos, bro. Richard's not going to go beg Circle with bug-eyed Jeremy, who's literally a freaking bug deep in the forest. Richard's not going to go, please, sir, can you please deploy your stable coins on my chain, sir? He's not going to go do that. He's not going to go to Paulo and go, hey, it's a Paulo. I want you to deploy a Tetheruni on my chain. Now, it would be funny for him to do it, but he's not going to do it, friends. He's not going to do it. It's more likely we make our own stablecoin. By the way, if this works, you will never give a shit about any other stablecoin at all, because they can't pump. No. This is the one you'd care about. Like, you got to think about this, friends. Even like, let's say one day pDAI is 50 cents. Okay. Even if it's at 50 cents, people buying it for a 2x there. Like, what's your stablecoin going to give you, bro? You're getting no yield at Tether. 0. You're a cuck. You're in the hotel cuck chair. Same as Circle. So this story is huge. And I just got to remind you, it can go to 0 for a third time. It could be totally wrong. Don't know what's going on. Okay, that's very, very possible. If you're scared, sell at 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent. Take profit along the way. Also, if you're scared, cream. Soothe your raw nips now. You can buy some nipple cream as well out here. It's just too exciting, bro. Shout out to Mr. Durky Turkey out here. Lol, that dude pegged his nipples again. That's awesome, sir. Mr. 57 win. Where can I order? It's just too fun, bro. It's stablecoin super cycle. It's the only stablecoin narrative you can participate yourself as an average person, because all the other ones you have to supply a stablecoin, which means take everyone's money, go buy government bonds. You have to go get legally checked. You got to go make that company in Delaware. You're gonna get moderated by the Fed. If it hits 10 billion market cap, you're on like a high alert list. So it's a believer cycle, friends. Believe in something. Believe in something. Also, pWBTC. Remember, friends, pDAI, pWBTC, critical. Because in a bear market, what do people know? So we know, friends, it's kind of interesting, yeah. In crypto, out of a 4-year cycle, we tend to focus on the last 3 months when everything goes up, right? But for that 3.5 years, people want stable coins and Bitcoin in our crypto cycle. So that's why if pWBTC can actually peg to Bitcoin, BlackRock BTC, and pDAI can go to eDAI, now you have everything you need on the chain. Literally everything. You don't need anything else. But yeah, we don't spend time on what happens in the other 3.5 years, right, in crypto, because it's just the game, right? Bitcoin, you don't know it's going to do these moves. I guarantee you the next cycle it's going to let everybody down, because everybody's just like turbo long it now. All these Bitcoin treasury bubble loopholes might get closed. Here's Ivan on peg. I respect the pump in all asses. Ivan on peg. Man, I'm just telling you, friends, whenever Ivan talks PulseChain, it's always the pDAI Ivan, you want to know why? Your brain, you've seen this story before, bro. Right? You saw it with Hex. Okay? You saw them come in and they kept yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling. And then what ends up happening is in the midst of all the mania, Ivan. So remember, friends, Ivan left cycle early in 2021. Ivan was gone here. He was gone here. So interesting, Ivan, you were gone already pretty much, but then Hex went and did its massive. From the moment you left, it went and pumped 48x in a row. And from when he first started coming, 140x, and you were getting all the yield. So that's why there's some pattern recognition going on. And remember, friends, earlier today, there's been some big updates, right? So there's something called X stocks. X stocks, they now let you trade US stocks, and they're doing it on Solana, which is interesting, okay? Now, I wouldn't do it. Like, you can buy these stuff out here. Look at this. Go to assets-backed finance and see all the US stocks now tradable. So here they are. Abbott, Alphabet, which is Google McDougal, Amazon X, all these, AppLovin, Apple. This is awesome, man, because that's what we want, friends. That's what we really want, because what's going to happen is, where the market makers, okay, once these start moving, when US stocks are closed, the Americans are going to be like, no, my day trading edge is gone. I'm going to have to go to the world of cryptocurrency and learn these things. Then we bring all Jeremy Lafufu's audience, all of Meat Cuckin, all of Andre Jeek, all of their audience is coming over. They're like, no, I just have to trade 24/7. Then we have inexperienced people with a lot of money ready to buy the top of our bags. That's how it happens, bro. Stock market dudes, okay? If you really wanted it to be the other way, you should have enticed us with bigger gains. You just couldn't make shit. I don't want to go buy Johnson & Johnson for their epic rash removing baby bum powder, because the thing's moving 7% a decade. You guys, that doesn't do anything for me. We're here for the lollipops and jelly beans and ice creams and nibble peggings. That's what we're here for, bro. You know what I mean? You had your chance. Now, X stocks, friends, they're probably going to add perps futures. Now, please, I'll talk about them just to show you I'm bullish on whole crypto. For the love of God, don't do them. Please, you're gonna get ruined. It's just a waste of time. It's just day trading all over again. Don't do it. But appreciate it. Okay? Just appreciate it. Okay? So they will be cool and fun, and it's be great, man, because they don't. Oh, man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. This is how it happens. We get all these people in, friends. That's what we want. If you're trading, though, it is nice, because they're not correlated to crypto. That's the best part. So now you can trade. Don't do this, by the way, but you could trade. That's why it's really cool, right? You could trade, the US stocks, the biggest tech stuff or whatever. They're not correlating with like Bitcoin, like Apple and stuff. It's going to have different patterns and things out here than to what Bitcoin or your random chain link or random dog shit Doge is doing or something lately, right? So it's adding more scope, okay? And there might actually, if that's popular, maybe Elon just says, you know what, I'll make Twitter into a freaking financial exchange or something. So here's the swap field of it as well, is what it looks like. And USDC, NVIDIA X. Remember, these stocks, friends, they suck. Yeah. One, their market caps are too big. Number two, you're in a freaking industry precisely made because the stocks suck. Okay. So don't forget what here's just that. Oh man, what a wild thing it would be if we find out some people capitulate and they just don't even buy altcoins. They're like, I'll just buy the US stocks. At least they go up. And that's like the final moment. And we're like, no, we're trying to shake everyone. No, you are the final signal. Bro, this whole industry exists because stocks are shit. Don't go trade your precious poop altcoins for government fiat poop stocks. Oh, man, we'll see, though. So, big picture, friends. Remember, crypto is 3.2 trillion here. We cover it every day. What do you think the industry's worth? What do you think it's worth? I'd like to ask you. Leave me in the comment section. What do you actually think this industry's worth? It doesn't feel like we're worth 3 to 5, right? I feel like we're towards 10. I know it all matches up with the chart, but just looking at all these, man. I know meme coin super sucker, you're like word zero, but stable coins, the treasuries, the crypto IPOs, stocks are 150. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't we be like 10% of stocks? You know, because like stocks is global, and so are we. Right? Global stocks is 150 trillion. Surely we could get to 15. You know, but would it be this cycle or not? That's what we'll see. That's what's going to be the big thing. Luckily for you and me, you've been long throughout this whole bear market. You don't need to worry about entering as the prices go up higher, right? I want to give a quick update as well. PulseChain PLS. Remember, it's still red monthly candle. It's got to wait until we start moving up into Joyful July. Ethereum pretty much has got to crank it up. But yeah, so far what's been happening on PulseChain, I'll give you more updates later. It's just, yeah, pDAI is going up. I don't know what else to tell you, dude. I just don't know what else to tell you. Since the gravestone emoji, it's up now. Okay, it's up 16x, 1,500%. Since the gravestone emoji, man. Man, that's wild, fans. It's only, I mean, like, what happens when this thing, if this thing goes to like 2 cents? Oh my gosh. And then we're like, oh, it's 50x to $1. That's still amazing. Yeah, but if it goes to 20 cents, oh, it's only 5x to $1. Like, it just, my brain can't even comprehend. But maybe I'm just like Ivan, right? Because Ivan's been told and yelled at about Hex in 2020, right? And then like it just starts freaking rocketing, you know? So the PulseChain marketing thing is, I guess, is starting. People have shown some messages and notes about what it's going to be. But remember, all of us are going to be moving alongside Ethereum and everything else out here. And pretty much now it's just a matter of destiny. Like and subscribe, belly button or catch you soon.